Hey everyone, I'm Brittany Justine and welcome to another story time. And as you can see from the title down below, this story time is going to be about a possessed computer. I'll explain. So, fresh out of college, I started working a couple different odd jobs. And one of those happened to be troubleshooting for this computer company. Now, like always, I'm not going to tell anyone's real names of the computer company. But it was a pretty fun job. So, we were told from the get-go that we were going to have 4 weeks of training. And like the first 2 weeks were pretty cool, but the third week, we were told we were going to have a test. So everything's running smoothly so far. You know, the first 2 weeks, like I said, they were pretty cool. I was passing all my tests. Everything was going great. Then the third week came along and we told that our test was going to be on Wednesday. I had no problem with it. I thought it was going to be completely fine. You know, I was totally down. Now, let me just give a side note to this whole story, okay? Our trainer during this whole time, I thought she was really nice. I thought she was really cool. And she was also an atheist, which didn't bother me. However, she was very, very strict on things such as beliefs and religion projected at the workplace, which I can completely understand. I had heard of a lot of different employers who were not 100% comfortable with that. However, I had not experienced it. Like a lot of my past employers didn't really make such a big deal out of it. But at this employer it did, which, you know, it didn't bother me. It only happened, I think only was reminded maybe on 2 occasions. Once the first week I was there at lunch, me and a friend, a co-worker, me and one of my colleagues were talking about a Christian artist who we wanted to go see in concert, and why we loved that particular artist's music. And she overheard us in the lunchroom and was like, hey, you know, you can't talk about that. You can't, if it has something to do with religion, if it was just you guys talking about a concert, it's fine. But you start talking about the music and you can't talk about that. Which I was like, oh, you know, that's fine with me. You know, I'm not tripping. And then again, when me and so we were actually talking about the holidays, because I was working there like I started working there like right around like before Thanksgiving. So we were talking about Christmas actually, and the person at the time had bought this mug. It was like Merry Christmas written in snow. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. It says Merry Christmas. And she heard us in the hallway and heard Merry Christmas and was like, you can't say Merry Christmas. Some of us don't believe in Christmas. Like, not everybody believes that. That's rude. You have to say Happy Holidays. Which I was like, okay, fine. You know, I know that I had to say Happy Holidays. So anyway, fast forward to the day of testing. I was super fine. It was about 15 of us, me and my colleagues, and we all were gathered in this room, and we each had a separate computer. So basically it was going to be a template version of the live screen that we would see when we were talking to customers. And instead of real customers, we would be talking to our hiring managers. So I sat down at my computer, I started my screen, and everything was going fine for about the first 3 minutes. And then things went wrong. Really wrong. So I'm sitting there at the computer, and next thing I know, I see all these letters pop up. And it's like WWTTLLZZ, then numbers like 00466600. And I'm just like, what? Like, I didn't do any of this. So I tried like backspacing and I tried clearing it out. Nothing would work. So I asked our trainer to come over, and let's just, for the sake of this video, we're going to give her the fake name of Carol. I asked Carol to come over, and I was like, something's wrong with my computer. Like, I don't know why this is happening. She looked at it, she tried doing Control-Alt-Delete and tried restarting the template, and it all seemed to stop. So I was pretty relieved. I was like, okay, cool, yeah, this is great. So then I go back and I try to help the customer or our hiring manager. It starts messing up again. It's like HHHHYYY 000111, and I'm just like, what's happening? I didn't do anything but touch it. Like, I don't understand. So I looked at my coworker and I'm like, are you dealing with this situation? And she's like, no. And by this time, Carol is on the phone with IT. They're like, they're going to send someone up as soon as they can. She's like, I don't know what's happening. So next thing we know, the button on the screen starts flashing that it's about to go live, which means I'm about to start receiving information from actual customers' accounts. And I just was like, oh snap. So I looked at my coworker. By this time, Carol, she's like, seriously, she's not with it. She's not having it. She's like, no, somebody needs to come fix this. It's about to go live. Customers are going to be complaining. This is not good. And I look over to my coworker. I'm like, is it happening to you? She's like, no. So as we're trying to figure out what's happening, she's like, let me pray for your computer. Because by this time, I'm worried I'm going to get fired. I'm like, if I did something wrong, I could get fired. So she's like, let me pray for your computer. I'm like, no, we'll get in trouble for that. Like, and she's like, but you might get fired if it doesn't work. Like, let me pray for your computer. So I'm like, fine, just hurry up. So she goes and she lays her hand on my computer and she's speaking in tongues. And I'm just like, I don't know how to speak in tongues. So I wanted to pray, but I didn't know what to say. And so I just was like, and so as I'm saying that, every time I went, it seemed like a couple of the letters on the screen deleted that had just typed. And I was like, oh my goodness, it's working. So she's like, Brittany, I think, my coworker's like, Brittany, I think your computer's possessed. We need to keep going. And so I'm like, next to and she's speaking in tongues. I started speaking in tongues. And Carol walks past, and I just know at this point, like, I'm fired. Like, she didn't want me to say Merry Christmas, let alone try speaking in tongues. I just know I'm losing my job at this point. She walks past, she's like, what's happening? What happened? Did you go live? Did you talk to a customer? I'm like, no. She's like, oh my gosh, what's happening? I'm like, we tried speaking in tongues, and it seems to be working. Legit, I kid you not. This woman put her hand on the computer and started repeating after me. Ashada, ashada, ashada. And she's like, ashada, ashada, ashada. We're sitting there. This goes on, I'll say, for about 5 minutes. Okay? And my coworker, I'm like a little suspect of her because she's like speaking in tongues and then she'll laugh and then she'll speak in tongues. And I'm like, what's so funny? Like, I'm on the verge of losing my job here. Like, why are you laughing at me? And she's just like, keep going. That goes on for about 5 minutes and then we stop. And I'm like, it's not working. By this time, I'm almost in tears. IT is almost upstairs. And I'm like, it's not working. Why isn't it working? Like, I just want to keep my job. And my friend's like, ooh, I feel something. And I think I know. And I'm like, what do you know? Like, tell me. Tell somebody what you know. So I'm like, what do you know? You know how to fix it? And she's like, no, I think I figured it out. She was like, if you want your computer to work, lean back. I said, what? She was like, you need to relax and not let this job stress you. Lean back. Kara looks at me, lean back, Brittany, lean back. So under pressure and all this scrutiny from both sides, I'm like, okay, fine. I lean back. Kid you not, the computer stopped working. Like, it stopped messing up. It was still working, but it stopped messing up. Like, all the screens started jumping. It stopped preparing to go to live. Everything started working back as normal. I'm like, what happened? What happened? She's like, yeah, I don't know. As me and Carol are looking at the computer, we're like, what happened? What happened? My coworker looks over at us and she goes, your belly was sitting on the keyboard. I need you to lean back so it would stop hitting keys. I just was like, you knew this whole time that my belly was on the keyboard. You got me up here thinking we trying to exorcise a demon from this computer. You didn't got this lady who was an atheist, who wouldn't even say Merry Christmas, to start speaking in tongues. And you didn't just say, Brittany, your stomach was on the computer. I'm about to lose my job because my stomach is on the computer. And she is hysterically laughing. I didn't know what to do at that point. Anyway, long story short, I finished the test, but I wound up not finishing training. I wound up being fired like a week later. Yeah, I don't even remember why. Wound up going to a better job after that. That was really cool too. But yeah, that's my story of the possessed computer. It wasn't actually possessed, but that's what I like to call it, you know. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, comment down below what was your weirdest got fired from work or got in trouble at work story, and let me know in the comments. Yeah, and make sure to share this video if you think that it will brighten anybody's day. I'll go ahead and I'm sad that weird. So, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the lovely Miss Nicole. It's beautiful. Telling you all to subscribe. So yeah, go subscribe. Make sure to leave a thumbs up. And I hope it brightened your day. Share it with somebody if you think it'll brighten their day. And yeah, that's her laughing too.